Kshatriya boy, like no, age. So it's quite they are very the Kshatriyas are like very powerful and Tejasvis, and even a small boy, like Dhruva, he was having so much of this one that so much of prestige that I was not allowed to sit on my father's lap. Now I'll do tapasya and I'll get a bigger kingdom. No, not just a bigger kingdom than my father, not just my grandfather. No, a bigger kingdom than his great grandfather. Who is his great grandfather? Brahmaji, no? And he wanted a bigger kingdom than his great grandfather. No, Brahmaji has the entire creation under his control. What is the kingdom that is greater than that? No, there is no land available beyond that. And he wanted such a kingdom, no? So it is like he, as a child, no, he didn't know and he had such a very lofty this one idea. And then he was going, and Narada was like astonished, just a small boy, and he had so much of prestige and so much of pride and things like that. So, and out of that, now he is ready to do tapasya in a dangerous forest. So if sometimes it so happens one time one of our this one one boy he left home. And in the street, there are some dogs actually barked out at him. He came back home. So our condition is like that. So, but then this boy is like, he went into the forest where lions and tigers live, and he was not at all afraid. He was fully focused. I need to get a bigger kingdom. That's it. Whether I get it or die, that's all. No, I'm not going to go back home. It was very, very clear. So, but then Narada was trying to convince him, saying that you're a small boy, you should play and things like that. And it happens in home that sometimes somebody may chastise us, and that to small children. Sometimes small children are nicely pampered, and sometimes they are sometimes the parents have some anger, whom to pour upon. Sometimes the small children get beatings, right? So this may also happen. So you should not take all these things very seriously. So you should not take all these things very seriously. Ultimately, your parents, they like you. You should go back home and you should be a good boy. Why are you worrying about all these things? And this happiness and distress, by the arrangement of karma, the happiness and distress comes as we just discussed sometime before. Without committing a sin, we cannot go through some miserable situation. So in this way, happiness and distress automatically comes to all the living entities. Don't worry about all these things. And then you have taken this path of mystic yoga. You have taken this path of performance of this mystic yoga. And it's very, very difficult. It's not that an easy process. So many sadhus have tried and failed in this process. Very few actually get success. So please don't attempt this at this small age, young age. No, it is not very good for you. You should go back home, right? Maybe once you are grown up, you can actually try this. And then Narad Muni is telling that you should keep peaceful. You should keep yourself peaceful and stay back at home. That's good for you. So, and for becoming peaceful, he gives two very nice instructions. Anybody can guess what is the instruction to become peaceful? How can we become peaceful? Huh? Detachment. Okay. Anything else? Huh? No desire. Oh, powerful. It doesn't come here, but then in some other place in the Bhagavatam it comes. Asha hi paramam dukkham, nairasham paramam sukham. All the expectations and desires is the source of all the misery. And one who has low expectations is always happy. So that's not the instruction Narada gave here. He gave something else. Anybody can guess how we can become peaceful? No solution to be peaceful. Big question mark is there in everybody's face. How can we become peaceful? No, it's not possible. So, but then, something in relation to what you all mentioned. So, be satisfied both in distress and happiness. So don't become too much happy when happiness comes, and don't become too much distressed when distress comes. These two things actually disturbs the peace of a person. And then another thing he mentions, very amazing thing he mentions, Gunadikan Gunam Dipset, Anukrosham Gunadama, Maitrim Samana Danvichen, Natapera Vibhuyate. So he says, how do you deal with people? he mentions na tapai ravi bhuyate. If you do the right way of dealing with people, so then you will not have any miseries at all. No. So this goes to say the most of the problem comes because of relationships. No, all of you agree upon this? Most of the problems comes because of relationships, and that's exactly like Narad Muni is telling here. No, guna adhikan mudam lipset. If you find somebody better than you in quality, guna adhikan, so then what you should do? You should actually become happy, So, maybe in the Gita verse also you might have heard this shloka. So we had put in some slides somewhere. So, so this, no, but what happens generally when we see somebody better than us, no, immediately envy comes. Why he is better than me? Why not me? And things like that. So that's the source of all misery, right? So Gunadikan Mudam Lipset, when we find somebody better than us, we should actually become happy about it. And then Anuprosham Gunadama. So when we see Guna Adama, so somebody who is lower than us in some quality, so then we should feel compassion and we should try to equip him. We should try to help him to come above, raise up, in his quality, right? So being charitable, being charitable in terms of knowledge, being charitable in terms of the techniques and things like that that we know how to actually live nicely. So we should be charitable. We should give these things. We should not think if other people also know this, then they will become better than me. No, we should never have that kind of this one. So one who actually tries to keep things to himself is the most miserable person. One who is charitable is the most happiest person actually. So, and especially in terms of whatever good things that we know, we should actually distribute it to others, right? So, Anukrosham Gunadama and Maitrim Samana. So, we should develop friendship with equals, So, somebody has equal qualities with us, so we should develop friendship with them. If you just do these three things, the material world will not be the Dukkalayam for you. No, it is not going to be Dukkalayam for you. You can actually be happy in this world if you know how to do these things, three things. But unfortunately, without spiritual progress, we cannot do these three things. It's quite difficult. So we all have to do spiritual progress, and we can do this. So, but then Guru Maharaj, after hearing all these good instructions from Narada, he told that, you see, you're talking to a Kshatriya boy. I am a Kshatriya. I have got a serious hurt. I am seriously hurt at my heart. I cannot take all these good instructions. Whatever you are telling is very nice. I should be respectful to you. You are a great sadhu and things like that. But I humbly submit to you that I am not pacified with these instructions. I want a greater kingdom. That's it. Because my what is it? The instructions that you are giving is so nice. But then my stepmother has put a big hole on my heart. All the instructions that you are giving is all leaking out. It is not staying in my heart. So now, you give me a right path. You give me a honest path to achieve my goal. He's not telling that hook or crook I want to get it. So that's nowhere in the Vedic history. So they want this one I want a honest path to actually attain my goal, right? So if you can help me in that, you help me. Otherwise, I'll take care of myself. Tata bye bye. And Narad Muni saw this boy is so already he has spent some time in the forest. He is not afraid of the forest, and naturally the Kshatriyas means they would not be afraid. If some opponent comes, even if the opponent is more powerful, so they would actually face the opponent and they would die. That they would consider as a very great what is that? No, uh, honor. That's a great honor. So, but if they see that this is a powerful person and he runs away, so then it's considered to be very very what's the insult for a Kshatriya. So in fact, it is mentioned that when Kurukshetra war was happening, so very powerful kings, were assembled. Karna was there, Arjuna was there, and Bhima was there, and Bhishma was there. All these people, these all people are very powerful personalities, very very powerful personalities. It's compared to if ordinary Kshatriyas, in comparison to them, these people are like mountains. They can crush them within no time. One of the names of Arjuna is Vivatsu. What is the what is the meaning of this word, Vivatsu? Horrible. Bhayanak. If he appears in the battlefield, people will just, by seeing the scene itself, they will, all their life will go in that only. So that's one of the name of Arjuna. You can see, that's the name of Arjuna, then you can think of Bhima, how powerful he would be. So then, like all the small kings, everybody from all over the world, like Krishna, you should not put on the link. So like all the kings all over the world, even small kings, they also wanted to take part in Kurukshetra war. So like, what's the reason? Like, these are like some big mountains are going to clash against each other. And if you go there, you will become chutney. So like, why are you so much interested? No, it is so like it's a great honor to be killed by Arjuna and Bhima and things like that. Some people are just going there to be killed. That's all. And that's the spirit of Kshatriyas. Spirit of Kshatriyas like that. So in fact, there is this one of recent story of Rajput. I forgot the name of the king. So he actually went to a battle, and then he got a defeat, and he came back. And the queen back in the palace, she got the news that the king got defeated. So then she shut the door, palace door, and the king came back, and he sent word that I've come back. And the queen did not open the door. Like, my husband, if he gets defeated in a battle, he will die. He will not come back, with life, back to home. So that's the spirit of Kshatriyas, So like we can imagine this boy, he is there in the forest and not having any fear of the forest animals, and like not having, he was having one pointed goal that I have to get a bigger kingdom than my great grandfather. So that's it. Like, and Narad Muni saw this determination of this boy, and he was so much impressed by his determination. And then Narad Muni told, see, whatever your mother told, it is correct. You should perform tapasya. So if you cannot convince him, at least like, you can encourage him in his path. So, and then he told that, you perform very intense devotion to the Lord, and whoever pleases the Supreme Lord, there is nothing, that is impossible to achieve if you please the Supreme Lord. If you can just please the Supreme Lord, he is Varadaraj. He is like very, very like king of the givers of benedictions, givers of blessings. Just if you please the Lord, you'll be able to do this, and I will give you the process to please the Lord. So what is the thing that he mentions? That he mentions that you should go to the banks of Yamuna. So he tells that you should go to the banks of Yamuna, and there is a nice forest called Madhuban. So Madhuban is part of one of the 12 forests of Vrindavan. So it is very, very pious place. Even before Lord Krishna appeared, it's always the Dham of the Lord. So like it's just like embassies. Embassies like if you have the American embassy. So any American delegate comes, like they actually first go to their embassy, and from there only they come actually. So in that way, like the Lord, when he appears, he actually has his fixed places. They are eternally the places of residence of the Lord. So Narad Muni told you should go to this Madhuban. Anybody who stays there in Madhuban and takes bath in Yamuna, so he naturally attracts the attention of the Lord. So that's a very, very powerful way of attracting the attention of the Lord. So it is mentioned 5 very potent forms of devotional service. It is mentioned that what is that? Nama Kirtan, Bhagavata Shravan, Srimurte Shraddhaya Sevan, and then okay, Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan, Bhagavata Shravan, Mathura Vasa Srimurte Shraddhaya Sevan. So these 5 things are considered to be very powerful, devotional elements. So one of them is Mathura Vas. One of them is residence in the holy Dham. And that is what Narad Muni is advising. So this boy is like, he wants, he's a small boy, and the process has to be very quick also. The process that is given. So he is giving all the 5 potent elements actually to him. So he has got Sadhu Sangha by the way of Narad Muni, and then he's going to do Nama Kirtan. Like Narad Muni is going to teach him in the chanting of the names of the Lord, and then he's going to do Mathura Vas, and he's also going to do Srimurte Shraddhaya Sevan. He's also going to do like deity worship. That is also Narad Muni is going to teach. So all these things, he is actually Narad Muni is teaching all these powerful elements, to Dhruva, and he's telling that you just do this, and very soon, you will attain perfection, and very soon, you will be able to get the audience of the Supreme Lord. So it is like when we practice bhakti, it is not by our individual effort, we will be able to make advancement. We also need the blessings of the devotees. Here we see the blessings of Narad Muni. It makes a lot of meaning actually. So otherwise, it's not possible. So like now you see, Guru was wanting to get a bigger land, And for that, what he was trying to do, he was trying to please the Supreme Lord. He was trying to approach to the Supreme Lord. And when we sincerely try to approach the Supreme Lord, the Lord sends his devotees, to train us, like so that we can actually, be able to attain the Supreme Lord. So in that way, the Lord actually kindly sent Narad Muni, and Narad Muni is training him now. And he's telling that, like, you should perform the Ashtanga Yoga process and sit in calm and quiet place, and you should perform the asanas and pranayama and things like that. And then you should meditate on the Supreme Lord. And how does the Supreme Lord appear? How does he look like? His face is very, very beautiful, and he's always ready to award benediction. He has got the his hands always ready to deliver benediction. He has nicely decorated eyebrow and raised nose and broad forehead, and he's youthful. The Lord is the oldest person in the creation, but he's always youthful. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navaya Pranamcha. So he's the Purana Purusha, but still he is the most youthful person, right? So and then he is always ready to give shelter to everybody, and he has a Srivatsa Marg. What is the Srivatsa Marg? Huh? It's a curly white hair in the chest of the Lord that that indicates the place of residence of Lakshmi. That's the place of residence of Lakshmi. And then he has got 4 hands, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and then he has got a blackish blue body, bodily color, and well decorated with ornaments, and Kaustubha gem is there. And then he stands on the lotus of the heart of the meditator is considered to be the lotus, and then he stands on the lotus of the heart of the meditator. And then he's very pleasing. When you actually take darshan of the Lord, he's so pleasing to the eyes and the mind. And you should meditate on such a form of the Lord constantly. Right? So now this meditation is like this. The spiritual practices are like this, that initially we are told this is how the Lord looks like, and when we make meditation, when we perfect our meditation, we can actually see the form of the Lord, right? So that's the object of meditation, becomes manifest, over a period of time, and that happens to Dhruva Maharaj. And then, Narad Muni is giving this very powerful mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and then he's asking Dhruva to chant this mantra. And when he chants this mantra, and also he mentions that you should make in the forest whatever materials you get, based on that you make a murti of the Lord. Whatever descriptions Narada has told, so based on that, you make a murti of the Lord, and then you can get water from Yamuna, and you can get some fruits and things like that, which is available in the forest, and you can actually offer the worship, of the Lord in this way. And so when he gets all these instructions, Dhruva Maharaj goes to Madhuvan forest, and then there he starts his practice. And by the time Narada actually goes to Uttanapal, the king, and king is in a very bad state. The king understands that my son has left the palace and he has gone to the forest, and he's so much in a bad state. And Narada Muni is asking, why are you so distressed? What happened to you? Like, are you not able to establish dharma in your kingdom? So what's happening? So why are you so sad? He knows everything, but still he's asking. So then the king is telling, see how obnoxious a person I am. Like, just because of favoritism to one of my queens, I did not did nice interaction with my son, and my son had got angry, and he had left the palace. Like, what kind of a father I am? I'm such a useless person. So now I'm worried. This boy is there alone in the forest. If he lies down somewhere to take rest, and then some wild animals may eat him. It's very, very precarious condition. So I'm very much worried about it. So then Narad Muni tells that don't get worried about your son. He is going to bring reputation to you and to your whole dynasty. He's going to do something very wonderful. And don't become so much morose about your son. And so he's going to do something wonderful. So then, there on the other side, Dhruva is actually practicing this austerities, which is advised by Narada, and he's starting in the first month. He ate only fruits and berries, and that too only once in 3 days. His meditation was so nice that he was so much absorbed in the meditation. So only once in 3 days he would take something. And in the second month, he only took dry grass and leaves, which were fallen down, and that only once in 6 days. And in the third month, he took water only once in 9 days. And in the fourth month, he mastered the breathing exercise and the yoga system. Only once in 12 days he took a little bit of air inside to breathe. In the fifth month he completely perfected the meditation, and he could able to have the darshan of the Lord within his heart. And it's like if somebody gets a very valuable treasure, so then what they will do? So they will actually keep the treasure very, very safely, right? So in that way, like Dhruva, wanted to keep the treasure. He was seeing that. So this form of the Lord that he was meditating upon, it was so nice, so amazing. So he did not want to lose that particular this one. So and the yogic process also, like so there is a process of closing all the holes of the body. So he actually closed all the holes of his body, and then it's a kind of arresting the Lord within the heart. So like he was trying to do that, and he was like fully absorbed in the meditation. And because he was constantly absorbed in meditation of the Lord, he became as heavy as the Lord, and he started pushing down the earth. The earth was actually going down. So like he was creating a depression over there, right? And then so another thing that happened is because the Lord is called as the Vishwatma, and now the Lord is captured within the core of the heart of Dhruva, and by blocking his own body, he actually got the universal consciousness within his body, and then by blocking his own body, like he actually started choking the entire universal air circulation. So, like all the devatas, they got so much perturbed. There is another demon who has come and like he's performing some tapasya. Probably like he's actually aiming to get the heavenly kingdom, and that's what is their natural diagnosis. So then they went to the Lord and they reported, it seems like a big demon is actually doing tapasya. And the Lord told, no, it's not a demon, he's my devotee, and he's just so much absorbed in his meditation. So by mistake, he has blocked the universal air circulation. So it's okay, I will go and give darshan to him. And suddenly, what happened to Dhruva? So whatever the form of the Lord he was meditating within, the Lord actually vanished from his heart. And you can imagine, if you have maybe some 50 crores, in your in your locker, and suddenly one day you open and see and it is not there. So what will be the state of your existence? You'll be like perspiring, you'll be like trembling and things like all these things. So Dhruva's state was like that. He was having such a wonderful treasure of darshan of the Lord within his heart, and suddenly it is vanished. And out of anxiety, he opened his eyes, and the Lord was there. So Lord was there in front of him. So and then Guru Maharaj was not very much trained in how to receive the Lord. He was like so much happy to see the Lord. He was literally drinking the darshan, drinking the Lord's beauty through his eyes, and he kissed the lotus feet of the Lord, and he embraced the Lord. He's trying to do so many different things. Like this is something that he has never imagined about, to have darshan of the Supreme Lord. So of course he wanted to have the darshan of the Supreme Lord, but then the effect of having darshan of the Supreme Lord, he did not have a clue of what's going to be like to have the darshan of the Lord. So and then he wanted to offer some nice glorification for the Lord, but then Dhruva was just 5 years old and he never went to school, and he didn't know any nice words or any poetry or composition to offer some glorification to the Lord. So he was stuck, and then the Lord actually placed the conch on the head of Dhruva, and Dhruva immediately got so much of divine inspiration, and he offered wonderful glorification of the Supreme Lord. So now we see that this pastime is a very amazing pastime. Where we see that this small boy, just by applying himself to the process of surrender, the process of surrender means accepting things that are favorable to execution of devotion, rejecting things that are unfavorable for execution of devotion, and having the faith that the Supreme Lord will protect me. Rakshaishi iti Vishwasho and Goptat Karanam Tata. So that is the Lord is my actual maintainer, not my job, not my this one. like no any other thing is going to maintain me. Actually, the Lord is the one who is actually maintaining me. And Atma Nikshepa, so using everything in one's possession in the service of the Lord, and Karpanya, maintaining a mood of humility. So Dhruva could able to do all these things, and then he actually got these amazing benefits. He increased in bhakti, that his meditation increased more and more, and he got he developed attachment to the Supreme Lord, and then he had direct experience of the Lord, and then he got detached from the material things. Now, how he got detached from material things? There is one wonderful shloka. Now, when he sees the darshan of the Lord, Dhruva actually offers this wonderful shloka to the Lord, where he says that, Sthana Vilashi Tapasi Stitoham Tam Praptavan Deva Munindra Guhyam Kanchan Vichinvan Apitithya Ratnam Swamin Kritartoham Varam Nayachi. So, so Dhruva is telling that Sthana Vilashi, so that Sthana Vilashi means out of desire to get a bigger land, bigger kingdom than my great grandfather. I had come, so and Tapasi Stitoham, I had situated myself in Tapasya. But then, what did I get in return? What did Dhruva got in return? Darshan of the Lord. Kvam Praptavan. Aap Prapt ho gaye. Kvam Praptavan. Deva Munindra Guhyam. So even you are very, very difficult to attain. Even for people like Devas, Munis, so many people like they're all trying to get your darshan, but it is very, very difficult to get your darshan. So, but then I got it, right? So, and then he's comparing. So, what is he comparing? He's comparing his desire to get a bigger land to Kanchan Vichinvan. So, I was looking for broken pieces of glasses, So, but then Kanchan Vichinvan, Abhi Divya Ratnam. I have got like very priceless jewel of your darshan, right? So, and then what does he want now? Like Varam Nayache, Swamin Kritarto. So, like I'm very, very grateful to you, my Lord, and I don't want anything else. Whatever I was looking for, I don't want it now. So, like that's what Guru actually mentions to the Lord. So here we can see that virakti, detachment from the material things, even that actually appears. So this is the power of bhakti. And then what did the Lord do? The Lord told, see, I am Varadaraj, I am the best of the givers of benediction. And even though you don't want that benediction now, but still you asked for it, you actually desired for it. So I must give it. And I should tell you, the desire that you had is impossible desire. That means a bigger kingdom than Brahma. So like that's the whole universe put together. So what else is there beyond the universe? It's like all the land put together is the universe, and Brahma is the master of that. And if you have to have a bigger kingdom than that, how to actually give. So then the Lord creates this Dhruva Nakshatra, or the pole star, what we call, right? So that he creates, and then like he actually makes Dhruva the king of that place, and then that becomes the central point of the entire universal functioning, right? So in that way, like that planet was especially created for Dhruva. Even after Dhruva lost his desire to like enjoy the kingdom, right? So this is the amazing this one pastime of the Lord, the pastime of the devotee, and from here we can see that if we can just please the Lord, even if our desire is impossible, still we will attain it. So that for Lord nothing is impossible. He can actually make everything possible. So that's the power of devotion, and that's the power of what is that? Practicing this Krishna consciousness. So we will see that we will make advancement in these three parameters: bhakti, paresha, anubhava, and virakti. Right? So, and as nicely described in this past time. So here I pause today's discussion. Any questions? Any questions devotees have, we can take. Anybody would like to ask any question? Yes.
So there are many mantras like Om Namo Narayana, Ashtakshari mantra. Many people say this is very powerful. Just now you said Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, but it's also very powerful. Many people say. Why Hare Krishna, like in Padma Purana or Vishnu Sahasranama, Rama Nam is powerful than all of Sahasranamas. Is there any specific reason that Hare Krishna Mahamantra is given?
See, one is that which mantra is powerful, so that is one consideration. So even in that consideration, it is mentioned that so one will get the benefit of chanting the Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, by uttering one name of Rama. You know? And then it is mentioned that by uttering one name of Krishna, so one gets the power, one gets the benefit of uttering the Sahasranama 3 times. That is 3,000 times. So definitely in that way, like Krishna Nama is considered to be very powerful in that way. But then one important thing is here also you see like Dhruva Maharaj was not looking for which is the powerful mantra. So like Dhruva Maharaj was sincerely trying to attain the Lord, and by the blessings of the Lord he got a spiritual master, and by the blessings of the spiritual master he got a mantra. Now we should be grateful to this one. It is the spiritual activities. It's not like a shopping, where which is the best product, I can pick it up. So it's something that is blessed upon us. Something that is blessed upon us. Like it is the mantra is generally passed on in a parampara. So it's given by the Lord directly, and then it's passed on in the parampara. And all the members of the parampara, so they receive the mantra in that way. Okay? So it's a blessings upon us. So any name of Krishna, so it is very powerful, and so we just chant the mantra which is given to us, by our spiritual master. Okay. Yes, so here.
After making a planet for Dhruva, but Dhruva went to fight with enemy of her brother, who killed his brother.
Dhruva killed his brother.
No, Dhruva killed him. Some king killed his brother.
Yeah.
And Dhruva went to fight with that person. So much meditation after this.
Okay. So this is a later question. Yeah, in the pastime we see that Dhruva Maharaj, in that pastime he goes back to his home and then he stays back and things like that. Now the family situation is very good because he has done a very, very amazing feat of taking the darshan of the Lord, and because of that even the stepmother was okay and things like that. But later point in time, the stepmother's son Uttama, he got killed by Yakshas. And when he got killed by Yakshas, like Dhruva got so much angry, and then he went to fight with them and completely finish the race of Yakshas. And at that time, Manu Maharaj actually comes and then he tells that don't be so angry. Like no, you should not fight in this way, and you should not let loose your anger in this way. By the course of karma, different things happens, and you should accept it. So this actually goes to show that in this world, always we should be alert. It is not that now if you are trying for getting some medical degree. Once you get the medical degree, it is yours. But the spiritual progress is something that it's a constant practice. Always we should be constantly in practice. So we can progress or we can regress as well. That's possible. But then by the grace of the Lord always supports and helps the devotee to again reinstate himself. So now by the grace of the Lord, when he lost track, Manu actually came and he advised him, that you should not be like this and you should get back to your normal track. And immediately he got back. So that's the greatness. Like it is common people, they may fall from their position, but it is very difficult for them to get up. And even a very well-established sadhu, he may also fall from his position. But for him to get back is very easy because he is supported by the Lord and other devotees. So that's the lesson that we can actually learn from this. So it is not that we have attained some spiritual status, we will not regress. No, it's not like that. We may regress. And we should always take shelter of the Supreme Lord. So that's the protection. Any other question? One question from Mataji's side. After that, we hear one point that you all liked from Prabhuji's side, and then one point from Mataji's side. So then we will close. Okay, so if there are no questions, then I would request one devotee from Prabhuji's side to share some things that you learned in this class or you appreciated in this class. Anyone would like to share? I want to hear from the Gita Bus participants.
Yes. Yes. No, yes.
The thing they learn is that you should not be too much focused on the result, and you shouldn't be bothered by the outcomes. You should maintain our equanimity in case of success and failure both. And that again brings other questions in mind. See, as a society, we have progressed, we have advanced in science, technology, everything, every aspect of it, and we have engendered comfort, made it a life. It is because someone followed the passion, somewhat focused on the results, on the outcomes, rather than just doing things, focusing on the process. So that helped as a society to grow. So everyone started detaching from the results and just do things because they have to do it and rest, leave everything on the God. Do you think we'll be able to progress as a society?
Yeah, like how this, who invented the light? Edison. So what was this one like? If I invent this, then people will respect me, or I'll become known as a great scientist and things like that. No, he was just passionate behind this particular pursuit. No, he was not looking for the results. He was just passionate behind this particular this one. And it is always seen any wonderful creation that happens. It comes out of selflessness. That's like if you see analyze the scientists and people like that. They are not very great people like who are looking for some kind of recognition and things like that and all. So that's because that is to some extent it's a Brahmanical job. The like inventions and things like that. To some extent it's a Brahmanical job, and it's always seen that from selflessness actually comes nice, wonderful creations. By following their own passions, by getting deeper into this one. So then they are able to create. But the people who are actually looking for recognition and so much attached to the result and things like that, they are the ones who exploit the inventions, and they are miserable. They are very miserable. So like it is, and even see like in the Vedic times, so many wonderful creations that have happened. And if you see the duty, duty aspect also, like for a Brahmana, the duty is to learn the science of Brahma Vidya, learn the science of soul and God, and he should actually distribute it to people. And for a Kshatriya, he has to manage and organize the society. And then the Vaishyas are there; they are going to make the economic development happening. And when the Shudras are there, they are the skillful people. They are the ones who used to create so many wonderful things. And they have given sufficient opportunity to do that, actually. Creative scientists, in Vedic times, they are wonderful Shudras were there. So they used to create amazing, amazing things. Right? So everybody were given vent for their passions. And they used to depend on the mercy of the Lord. To depend on the mercy of the Lord, not on their own powers. And they would create such wonderful things. Like, you can imagine like the old temples and all, if you go and see, there is huge, huge stones, and this ones are like, lifted. Nowadays, we have cranes, we can think of. In those days, how did they thought of all these things? But they did. So like, that's the power of the Vedic civilization. In fact, the buildings that they constructed, many thousands of years back, even that is there. The modern construction is not there. Even they could able to do something much better. And the Ayurvedic system and things like that, when it is practiced with upasana, with the worship of the Supreme Lord, it becomes very powerful. Like diagnosis now, we spend thousands of rupees for taking ECG, this, that, and all these things. But if a like Ayurvedic doctor who's doing nice upasana, nice meditation on the Lord, he can just see you and tell what is your ailment. Now we have lost that vidya. So instead of that, we have to like do a lot of medical machinery inventions and things like that. So just what can be seen from the texture of your skin and from the eyes and things like that. Now we are spending so much of money, right? So the subtle senses were more nice, free of pollution, and they were artistic and things like that. So the modern sciences, they also try to achieve the same things which were achieved in the Vedic civilization, but it comes with pollution, it comes with a lot of machinery and oil and this and that, things like that. And so that's the effect of the modern civilization. Yeah,
Hare Krishna, sir. So you said that like if a person gets punya, so then they won't. So then they won't face any problems, and if a person does sins, then they will they'll face nothing but problems. So like take some examples of some like someone like let's say Adolf Hitler. So like as far as history goes, he's done a lot of bad things. Like he started a world war. He wiped out half the population of Germany and world. When you look at him, he was the main candidate of a huge country. He was powerful. He had money and many people, and it was like great for him. So like how does that work? How does that work?
yeah. So that's the this one of whatever he has earned in the past. He has got some punya to become a king and great powerful person. So Janma Aishwarya Shukra Shri, education, beauty, knowledge, power, and things like that. So you'll get by punya. But then with that punya, if you do now papa, so then in the next life he has to actually suffer. So in Vedic times, like everything is based on the next life. Some amount of misery you will get in this life, some amount of result you will get in this life, but most of it, we will actually get it in the next life. So now we see like anybody who's working, you ask them, like if they work throughout the month, they will get their salary in the next month, right? So in the Vedic times, it was a little prolonged. I spend this life in tapasya and I'll enjoy in the next life. So that was the Vedic sense of this one. So that's called astikya. Like that it goes with an inbuilt this one of like dharmic enjoyment or dharmic suffering means like I lead a life of piety, and in next life I'll enjoy. That's how the Vedic system actually goes. In this lifetime, whatever we are getting, it's because of what we have earned in the past life. And trying to meddle around with what we have got from the past life, we cannot change much. So it's like now if a student is studying and he gives an exam, and on the day of result, he's telling that no, I did not do well. Now please tell me like what should I do to get a good mark? It's like it's already too late. You've already done your exams. Now you cannot, whatever you have done, that will come and you have to enjoy. And now if you study well, for the next semester or next examination, if you study well, so then you can get good marks at least in the next this one. So now Hitler has got good power and control and things like that because of his past punya, and now he has messed it up all. And in the next life, he's going to be miserable. Even in that life, also he was quite miserable. It's not that easy. It's not that what is that? That happy situation to be always be there in the war scenario. And so many oppositions and so many people like anybody who opposes him, he used to feel threatened about that. He used to kill them and things like that. So much of it's a miserable state of existence. It's not a very happy state of existence that he led. So like because of his sin, he enjoyed some kind of misery in the same life, and next life it will be definitely miserable.
Hare Krishna, prabhuji. As you just asked, I just want to share the learning of the session. Like from the group story, we just to take these two qualities like determination and enthusiasm, like Utsav and grit sankalp, so that we can also move towards the to see the supreme growth. Like these are the key learnings that you asked.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
I have another question. So, like donation to the poor versus donation to the temples. I agree that there some temples are also doing, they are also doing some charity and they are also promoting how to dharma. For example, because of this kind we are all together. Does God see the charity directly to the poor or directly to the temples as equal as the same, or what is your opinion on this?
No. The scripture's opinion, let's discuss about scripture's opinion, what values of my opinion. So it's like when we feed the poor, so definitely it is, giving some kind of a relief for them. But what's the benefit, like, or the appreciation of the Lord is based on how durable, the benefit that you have rendered to the people. So based on that, you will actually get appreciation of the Lord. So now, for example, if you have helped a person for one day, definitely the Lord is going to appreciate. If you help a person for 1 month, it gains more appreciation. If you help a person for a longer period of time, that's definitely very, very appreciable. So now, when you feed a poor person, so you are able to help him for one meal. The instance that I'm saying. So you are able to alleviate his hunger for some time. And how long you can actually repeat that? How much you can actually repeat that? So now, if you see the root of it, why is he hungry? Why is he actually in that poor and pitiable state? It's because of his past bad karma, right? And like, what does the spiritual organizations try to do? Now, they try to give knowledge. Now, how do they give knowledge? By distributing prasadam. By accepting prasadam, a person becomes knowledgeable. Now, by hearing the holy name of the Lord, a person becomes knowledgeable. By reading the scriptures, a person becomes knowledgeable. So, because the knowledge is not something that is going to be imported into our system. So it is mentioned that Nitya Shuddha Krishna Bhakti Satya Prabhunai Shavanadi Shuddha Chitta Parayoda. The soul is a component of Sat Chitta Nananda. The soul is having all knowledge, all bliss and everything. It's only the material covering makes us miserable. So now the spiritual help that when we render to the living entities, that actually tries to relieve the living entity and tries to make the living entity happy forever. So that's why it is a very durable help that's happening to the souls of this world. And because of that, the Lord appreciates that help more than any other help. It's how durable the help that you are doing to the suffering living entities. So that's what is counted. Okay. So now we exhausted our time, so we will go for chanting and then we will have the karaoke next. So thank you all very much for giving a patient audience. And in this past time, we learned many, many wonderful things. One devotee shared some nice points in that way. Like all of you might also have some nice, wonderful points that you have taken from this. So please meditate on that. Please put it into practice in your life and cherish those nice teachings which we got from the Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, Jai.
So, yeah. So, Prabhuji, you all would have very amazing pastime. How Guru Maharaj was so determined, so enthusiastic to attain the darshan of the Lord. I can see the same enthusiasm to see the darshan of the Lord today. Yes, Hari Bol. Can you all guess how many bhogas are there? Any guess? 108. But you know the farm, how much was there? 40 only was there. Yes. Okay. I'm very happy we all reached the target 108 by all your sincere endeavor. Big Hari Bol to all the one who cooked. Hari Bol! Okay. So let's all thank sincerely from bottom of our heart Harikshetra Prabhu for giving this wonderful knowledge, making us understand the value of determination and enthusiasm to have the darshan of God. So let's all thank them by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'd like to thank a few sponsors for this week's Prashadam. Saranya Mataji for her birthday on 29th November. Balaji Prabhu, I'm not the Balaji. Okay, for the entire Kartik Monday sponsor. And Sharmishra Mataji for this Kartik month. Mariappan Prabhu and family for Kartik month. And Sureka Mataji had donated her first month salary for the entire Kartik month Prashadam. And Shriram Prabhu and family for Kartik month. So many devotees. And today is a birthday of another devotee called Lovely Mataji. She is also a follow-up volunteer under Kailash Prabhu and Lovely Mataji. Very, very wonderful, sincere devotees. Let's all thank them by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. So we have a very important activity to do. That is the meditation. Let us do the meditation, then Lord will give the darshan. Okay? Get ready for chanting. Please come forward. There is no projector here. Please come forward. We can accommodate as many devotees as possible.